Okay, y'all. So this is the second of the double upload, y'all. I'm gonna get right into it. Now, this situation was, it was kind of sad at points. Okay, and I knew this family of people, right? They were friends of the family, and all of this. So those situations, y'all be kind of tight or whatever. You definitely be faithful and loyal to each other, on particular levels, right? So this guy, he was one of the brothers, and he was a ladies' man, okay? And I'm talking about we just met one after the other. It was never ending, okay? Now, he had some tickets one time, right? And of course, you always know when you close to somebody, you always know the ins and outs when they're having doing traveling or doing whatever it is that they're doing, right? And he was like, he had some tickets. And he was like, "You want to go? We're going to." It was whatever, whoever the concert was. I was like, "Eh." I said, "Yeah, no, I'm not really a fan, so I'm gonna sit this one out." And he was like, "Okay." He said, "Now I gotta see who I'm going to invite to go with me. Who gonna be my date?" And here I go. I'm pretty sure you're gonna figure it out, right? Anywho, so he had like 6 tickets, so he had 5 extra tickets, right? And he was like, "Dang, I don't know." He was like, I said, "Well, who coming over?" So they had. Let me get into this first. So they had a family barbecue this day, right? And of course, I was gonna be there. I'm family. I was gonna be there. And I'm waiting to see which one of his women gonna show up, right? So this girl came different. I ain't never seen this one before. She was brand new, sparkly, shiny, brand new. And you know, she met everybody, blah blah blah, or whatever. But wasn't nobody too excited about that because this happens all the time. Anywho, so she was friendly. She definitely knew how to engage in conversation and all of that. So she was cool. But I mean, most of them be cool anyway. She ain't that different. Anyway, so he was like, well, I'm thinking about, I want to do something. Y'all want to go to dinner? And all this, that, and the third. We ended up, just a few of us, not too many. We ended up going to, not the same night, because this was the barbecue. So I think probably like the next weekend or something, we ended up going to dinner, right? And he was like, "Oh, it's my treat, this, that, and the third, and all of that." I said, "Well," I said, "I'll probably be able to make that too." And he was like, "Cool." Some of us were just the life of the party. And it wouldn't have been the same if certain people were not there, right? So now the concert is about a month away. And so we went to dinner, we had a good time. Now this new girl, she was there too, right? His date. And so we did that, and we just chilled and stuff afterwards, blah blah blah. So now the second week, another one of his girls. We met this one already, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. So she wasn't new. Now, we're getting closer to this concert. And I'm just looking like, I said, "Now who?" I said, "Who going to the concert with you?" He was like, "I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out." He was like, "It's a toss up between three." Yeah, I go, "Yeah, because you definitely got that many choices." Okay. So, um, so the girl, the new girl, she was always on his heels. Do you hear me? I'm talking about calling all the time, texting all the time. She wanting to be around. She popping up and all of this. Now, like I said, I'm usually at every family function. Whatever's going on, I'm always around unless I had something else to do. Okay. So this girl, she pops up. Now, this is the third weekend, right? And he wanted to kick it with somebody else. He wasn't kicking it with her. He kicked it with her twice now. And so he with one of his other girls. Anyway, this girl pops up. Here I go, "Ooh wee, gonna be some drama, right?" I said, "Now let me see how he gonna get out of this." But we always made fun of each other, especially when we did stupid stuff. Well, I didn't do too much. I did some, but not a whole lot. Okay. Anywho, so this girl that popped up. Now, one of his other girls, she in the house, right? We outside. In the back, it was real nice. They had it set up pretty good out there, blah, blah, blah. Just everything set up. Whatever you wanted, your little beverages, whatever. Anywho, so this girl that popped up, she came right on to the back because she know that's where we are. And she was like, hey, baby, this, that, and the third. And he looking at her, he said, what you doing here? And she was like, well, I called you, but you didn't answer. He said, so you think he's supposed to just pop up because I don't answer? He said, no, I don't operate like that. Don't do that. And she was like, well, I just want to know what's going on and this, that, and the third. I know I talked to you the other day, but, you didn't call me back and all this, that, and all of this, right? I'm about to say this, that, and the third. That is one of my favorite phrases. Don't judge me. Anywho, so he looking around like he don't know when his girl gonna come out. Well, one of them anyway. So he just started walking her to the front. He like, come here, let me talk to you for a minute. He walking her along the side of the house and walking her back to the front because he about to get rid of her. Okay, so she was like, yeah, I just missed you and this, that, and the third. I wanted to talk to you and all that. He was like, yeah, babe, I miss you too. Oh, he was smooth now, a smooth operator. And, he had that. He definitely had that. So, he get into the front, blah, blah, blah. I'm hustling. I'm hustling. Because I want to know how this going to play out. So I had to kind of step to the side a little bit because I need to see how this is going to play out. Anywho, so he get up to the front, and now of course I got to head that way. And then I said, you know what I thought about it? I said, nope, he got this. Now see, I thought I was gonna have to run interference, but he had it. Anyway, all I saw, and this is when I knew the nail was in the coffin at this point, right? So he leaned in for a hug, gave the girl a hug, gave her a kiss on the cheek. He must have told her, oh, I'll call you later, I'm gonna talk to you later, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's too much going on right now. Got rid of her. Now, comes back to the back. He had just made it because the other girl, she came out and she was like, where's so and so? I was like, oh, he'll be right back. And she was like, oh, okay. Now I didn't lie because I knew that he was. He about to spend too much time with you, girl. You doing too much. Now see, when she popped up, that kind of blew him. So whatever chances that she had on going to the concert, it wasn't happening, right? Now, he definitely asked her if she wanted to go. He said it was a toss up, so he didn't know which one he was gonna take. So it was one of the two, or one of three, whatever. So many, I couldn't keep up. Okay. Anywho, so now this girl, now this is the next week. Then where we at, the third week, the fourth week. So we got one more week before the concert, right? Now he with her the last week before the concert. I think I'm in the right week. Anyway, whatever. So, she was like, "Ooh, I'm so worked up," and I'm talking about bragging about her outfit, what she was gonna wear. She was like, "Ooh, I gotta get me some shoes and this, that, and that. I gotta get my hair done and all this." I'm talking about just for real. Had this mapped out, okay? And I'm looking like she didn't really know that she kind of blew that when she showed up. He ain't appreciate it, But of course, he couldn't lead up to that. I mean, he couldn't. He wasn't gonna let her know that. That's what I want to say. Anywho, and she was like, and I'm just looking at her like, girl, you getting super excited for somewhere you ain't gonna be. And you gonna be at home or otherwise. You ain't going to this concert. But I wasn't gonna tell her that. Okay, I wasn't gonna burst her bubble because she was too excited. Okay, now, all week, she just super worked up. She want to be up under him and be with. She thinks she's securing a spot. He really wasn't, and you had already blew that. So, anywho, um, and now, she calling around, blah blah blah, and this, that, and the third, and I'm telling everybody that she can, her friends, her family, and oh, I'm going to see such such, I'm going to see such such. He take me to see such such, and all of this. Guess what? Didn't happen. But then she started making excuses. Okay. For how come he wasn't contacting her? How come he wasn't calling her back? How come he wasn't coming to pick her up? He wasn't seeing her, and all of this, right? So now the concert then came and went, and she was like, I'm like, so how was the concert? She was like, girl, I didn't even go to the concert. Here I go, why? She was like, I don't know. Maybe he was working late. I said, and she was like, that's all I could think of. I don't know. Maybe he decided not to go. Maybe, and all of this. That's just one situation, right? Then another situation. Somebody was having a pool party. Okay. Again, he had options. He had choices. Now, I don't know how he determined who was going and who wasn't going. Okay. But I was assuming that she thought she was. That didn't happen. So I don't know if it was because of her actions. She was chasing him down, running him down, that he decided, no, I don't really need this. A lot of times, guys, they want to be the one to do the chasing, right? If they're interested in you, they're definitely going to do that. And then, I mean, if they want to spend time with you, they know how to get in touch with you. I mean, what are you doing? You doing too much, right? That didn't happen. She was worked up about that. She heard through the grapevine, okay? Was worked up about that. And then it's like, well, how come you wasn't at the, I didn't ask her. I knew why. Somebody else asked her, how come you wasn't at the pool party? And she was like, I don't know. He told me he wasn't going to be there. He said he had something else to do. It was like, mm, mm. So yeah, at that point she wasn't making excuses for him, but it was always a reason why you were making excuses for. You know what I mean? How come you wasn't at this situation? How come you didn't show up to that situation? How come you didn't go over here? It was always something, and it was always maybe. Well, I assume, I guess, this, that, and the third. Listen, it was you. It was you. Now, did you have any control over if you showed up somewhere? I would have advised if you did your own thing. It wasn't going to work out. And if they didn't want you there, it was a reason why. But see, let me tell you what we cannot do. We cannot continue to make excuses for things, even when you invited him somewhere. He wasn't showing up, you know. So maybe that wasn't the man for you. Maybe that wasn't the right situation for you to be in. Maybe you should have done something else. Maybe. Don't make excuses for people, okay? So let's just think about this. Every situation that she was inviting him to and he was not showing up, her friends were super excited to meet him. Family, because she was worked up, so clearly they were worked up too. Okay, like, he sounds like a good guy. Oh, I can't wait to meet him, and this, that, and the third. Let her down every single time. This is my friend. I knew how he operated, okay? I knew how he worked. I knew how he moved and all of that. And it's like these girls be getting excited for something that's just not going to happen. For some, will it? Of course it will. Because she had been one of those, of course she could have. I don't know what was the dynamics, and I don't know how come it changed. I just know that it didn't work out the way she thought it was, okay? But don't make excuses for people. If somebody tell you they're gonna do something and they don't show up, then maybe you need to start evaluating um, at points. Not after one time. I ain't gonna say that, but after 5, 10 times, you can't make excuses for people no more. You can't say, well, maybe, I don't know, and all of that. Just don't. Maybe he just wasn't that into you. You know. Same thing with friends. Friends not inviting you somewhere when you know everybody going, and except for you, maybe you didn't get the invitation. Don't say, well, maybe, 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 and all of this. I don't know. Maybe it's you. Or maybe those just not the people that you're supposed to be around. Those not the people you're supposed to hang out with, mingle, socialize with. Maybe you should do things on your terms, okay? And that's how you nip that in the bud. You know, you have a choice. You can always say if you want to go somewhere and do something or if you don't. Either way, it's up to you. Don't let nobody put you in a situation where they make all the calls, all the decisions for you. When you involved, don't you have some say so? Don't make excuses for people, y'all. Don't do it. Because if you start from the very first time making excuses for somebody, guess what? You are always going to be making excuses for them. I'm just saying. Okay. Now that's going to conclude this story time, y'all. Whoo, child. And I'm going to see y'all for the next one. Bye.